In this video, we will take a look at how to fully set up Blender importing and hotkeys with Godot. This will make the whole process almost flawless, and if you find this helpful, please subscribe. So let's dive in. Let's start with opening up Godot. Start by going to Project, Project Settings, and search for Blender. And under File System Import, you want to enable Blender. If Blender is not showing up in File System Import, you can enable Advanced Settings and it should show. Next we can close this and go into Editor, Editor Settings, and search for Blender. Under File System Import, you want to set your Blender path. For this you can search for Blender. I'm gonna start with the regular install, and you can just search for Blender and do Open File Location. This prompts me to a shortcut, and then I can just do right click again and open file location, and I can copy this path, go back to Godot, in the right here, click here and paste that path, and you want to select your blender.exe, hit open, and then we can save and restart. If you have your Blender installed on Steam, you can go to Steam and Library, and you want to right click Blender, manage and browse local files. This will bring you to the Steam Blender install. You can copy this path, and same as we did before, editor, editor settings, and Blender. Under import, paste this path and select the blender.exe and hit open and save and restart. And the reasons for using Blender through Steam is that it will automatically update for you, and it will also keep track on the time that you've spent. And you can also do this with Godot, but the time tracking doesn't work, but it will automatically update. And now in our Godot project, and we can make a new folder and call this Blender. We can right click Blender and do Open in File Manager. We can copy this path and we'll use it to paste our Blender project inside of here later. If we go into Blender and make a new file and we save this, we can paste our path and it will save inside of the folder we just made. And we can call this Cube2. We save it and go back to Godot. And inside of here we will now have the Cube2. We can preview it. And we can even drag in our Blender file into the scene. And now I've dragged in this cube. You can even right click the cube and do editable children. And you will see we have our cube, our light and our camera. I'll change this to something nicer. So I'll go back to Blender, select everything and X to delete. Shift A to add a new mesh, and I'll add a monkey. I'll save this and it will update in Godot and we'll have our monkey. And let's say you want to have your lights and camera inside of Blender, you can do that as well. So on camera, we can add a camera and we can add a light back again. So that's light and point. And we save. And if we did editable children, we have the camera and the point. But you may not want them inside of Godot. For that, there are suffix. And after the name of the Blender object, you do dash, and if you don't want it to import, you do no imp. And if we save this, it won't import inside of the Blender one, so the light will disappear. There are also other ones. For example, you can add collision to an object, so we can add minus col and save, and now it will have collision. You can see it. You can also add another mesh, for example a cylinder, and do minus col only if you only want the collision. And if we save this again, we'll see the collision around the monkey. There are also a couple other suffixes. I'll link to the documentation on it in the description. I'm gonna delete the cylinder and I'm gonna add a modifier to my monkey. I'm gonna add a subdivision. 2 levels is good. I'm gonna save it. Now you can see that it's subdivided as we did in Blender. And we can even shade it smooth and go back to Godot and it will be shaded smooth. Next I'll show you with materials, and for that we can go into Blender and you can add a material. First I'm gonna show with the easy way. If you use regular materials like this, and I'm gonna go into the viewport shading and I'm gonna make the base color red. If we now save this, it will automatically work in Godot. Now the monkey is red. I'm gonna remove this material and I'm gonna use a different material. So I'm gonna drag in one of my own materials. And if we save this now and go back to Godot, it will just be white. And for textures to show up inside of Godot, you will need to go to File and External Data. Either pack resources or automatically pack resources. This will pack the resources, and then you go into Shading, and on your image textures there will be this unpack item symbol, and if you press that and then use file from current directory, create when necessary. If you press that on all your image textures and save, because if we don't do this we will get an error that it's not importing, but doing this it will work. And if we open up the texture folder, we will have our texture right here. You can also right click on your Blender file and you can do new inherited scene. This will make a new scene just for this model. You can also do right click and you can do open in external program, and it will open it up in Blender. You might want to make changes to objects that are in this Blender file. For that you can do editable children, and you might want to move this camera around, so you can do that. But this might break the link, but sometimes you want to change materials of models or whatever. And you can also right click it and make it local, and that will make it local to this scene so it won't be linked anymore. And sometimes if models aren't importing correctly, you can go to project and you can reload current project. You can also double click on Blender files and that will open up a preview inside of Godot. And here you can also press re-import. And I'll also show you how to get the Blender shortcuts inside of Godot. Inside of Blender, they use these really nice shortcuts: G for moving, S for scaling, and R for rotating. And you can get those inside of Godot. And to get those, you want to go to Editor, Editor Settings, and the tab Shortcuts. And you want to search for Begin, and that's Begin, Rotate, Scale, and Translate. So for Rotate, you want R, OK. Scale, you want S, and OK. And Translate, you want G, and OK. If we close this down, we can select our monkey and press G to move it, S to scale it, and R to rotate it. The really nice thing with this is that you can do R and that will rotate it, and then you can type the degrees you want to rotate it. So you can rotate it by 45 degrees. You can also scale an object on the x-axis, and you can move it on the z-axis. So you can choose the axes you want to scale and so on. So you can move it on, you can press G and then you can press Y to move it on up and down, Z to move it on this axis, scale it, you can scale it on separate axes, so you can make it long face, and you can rotate it. So now he's nodding for you. There is one issue with this though, and that is that it's conflicting with another shortcut that Godot has by default, and that is the scale mode. Basically, when you press R to rotate, it will go into the scale mode as well, and most of the time you want to be in select mode. In select mode it will have those arrows, and inside of scale mode it will have these ones. And to remove that, you go into editor settings and shortcuts, and you want to search for scale and mode. You want to press X, and you can still use scale mode as you see, but it won't switch to scale mode when you're rotating with the Blender shortcut. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to our Ko-Fi members for making this video possible. If you want to support our work and have your name featured in future videos, check out our Ko-Fi in the description, and we'll see you in the next one.